So here we are for another walk. Today's topic is going to be one that was inspired by the guy with the username Fishin360, I believe is what it was. And apparently he's a police officer, or at least used to be a police officer. And he was talking about a call that particularly annoyed him about, I think it was kids calling 911 because one kid wouldn't give him back the TV remote. And he had to walk up 3 flights of stairs to answer this call. It made me laugh, and I said, hey, that reminds me of a story I'm going to tell you later. Well, that's later is going to be right now. So this was about probably six years ago or so. It was a while back. And I'm going to tell you kind of the punchline before I tell you the story, because in my opinion that makes it a little bit better, because you'll see it coming. So I was on a run, and the dispatcher comes on the air, says, hey, car, there's my car number, and says, are you still near this address? Because I was still marked on the run. It's pretty common for us to take care of what we need to do and not clear on the computer. Sometimes you have to go take a leak or get something to eat or something. So she wanted to know if I was still close by where that run was. Well, the reason being is because the neighbors of the run of the house that the dispatcher believed I had just left had called 911, and on their 911 call they said, hey, the police were just out here, just left, and now the neighbors are screaming at each other like bloody murder, and I think someone's being assaulted and someone's being hurt really bad. Well, the funny thing was, I was still in the house, and the person that they heard screaming was me. So I was at this house, it was probably my third time at that house for the night. The first couple times, there's a man and a woman there. They, I don't know. I'm not going to get into too much of a description about who they were. It was just this couple. And they were sitting there with their sodas and their chips and every kind of snack food that you can imagine, sitting in their chairs. And they're not the kind of people that get out of their chairs very often, let's just put it that way. They don't get a lot of exercise. Well, they were arguing about what they were going to watch on television. And the one person kept taking the remote from the other person, and yada yada yada. So they called because they had some kind of domestic dispute. We get there, we talk to them. Turns out they each there's a TV in the bedroom. So I think we convinced them, hey, one of you go to the bedroom, watch TV, one of you sit in here and watch TV. And yes, that is the kind of crap that police officers really have to do on these runs. We tell people to go to their rooms and not talk to each other, which is hilarious. And I'm wearing this shirt today because that's really what it's like. So went out there the first time, that's what happened. Went out a second time, and it was the same crap. We tell them, hey, we've already told you what to do. Just do this and we'll be good, and stop calling for the police. And I think I might have even threatened them with criminal charges if they called again. So then they call a third time. This time the female called 911. I don't remember what she said, but it was something that made the dispatcher write it up like it was some kind of violent situation. So I go back out there, talk to her. Turns out absolutely nothing had changed from the time I was out there before. It was something about, I think the guy had come out and taken the batteries out of the remote that she was using for her TV in the living room. And initially I was calm. I said, we've talked about this. Him taking the batteries out of the remote does not make it a police issue. And at that point, she screamed at me. She goes, well, I was just upset. And I'm walking by a residential area right now, and I hope I don't scare anybody. Hope I don't blow the speakers out of this thing. But I looked at her, and I said, we're not the upset police. We're the crime police. You don't call because you're upset. I really don't give a damn what you're upset about. Something like that. I was probably a little bit louder than that. And the moral of the story is, she didn't call anymore that night. And I had to go talk to the neighbors, explain to them that everything was okay. And those are my thoughts for today.